Alright, today we are continuing with Chapter 10, Section 6, dealing with secants and tangents. Now you'll notice this ray goes through the circle, and this ray also goes through the circle. But where does the ray meet? It meets on the outside of the circle. That's going to cause things to be a little bit different than, say, problem number 1. Alright, where do these meet? These chords meet on the inside, which is different than when they meet on the outside. So there's going to be a new rule, okay? For problem number 7 in your journal, what I'd like you to write is this. X degrees, which is the measure of this angle right here, is going to equal 1/2 of the difference between two arcs. You're going to notice that we have an arc right here. And we have an arc right here. So in order for this to work, you're going to take the 120 degrees. You're going to take away 40 degrees. So you have to take the bigger arc and take away the smaller arc. So you get half of 80 degrees, and that ends up being 40. So in this particular case, this angle right here happens to be 40 degrees. Now, it's not always going to match this, okay? You just happen to match it this particular time. So just because that's 40 doesn't mean this is 40, okay? The process is this. You take the big arc and you take away the small arc, and then you take half of it. Always? Always. Okay? Now we're going to do one that's a little bit trickier. We're going to do problem number 11. So if you would, please put problem number 11 in your journal, and we'll show you how to do this problem. All right, in this problem, all right, we're going to look at a couple of arcs. There is this arc from here going around, and that arc is known as x degrees. But there's another part. It goes from here to there. Please save all ridiculous noises till after the video. Alright? So, this arc right here is going to be 360 degrees minus whatever the value of x degrees is. Okay? So one thing I want you guys to understand, that blue arc is 360 degrees minus whatever this arc is. That's going to be important. Okay? What are the two arcs? What does the green arc and the blue arc have to add up to? They have to add up to 360. And if you were to take x and add it to a 360 degree minus x, it would add up to 360. Now, here's what you're going to say. You're going to say 84 degrees, that's this angle right here, is going to equal half of the big arc, okay, minus the smaller arc. What is the measure of the larger arc? X degrees. What is the measurement of the smaller arc? You're right. 360 minus x degrees. This is the big. This is the small. So right now, let's combine everything that's right here in the parentheses. We have x minus a 360 minus a negative x. What do you have to do with this negative sign? You have to distribute it to both numbers. So that's going to make this a positive x. Because a negative times a negative is a positive. How many x's do we now have inside of the parentheses? 2. So put 2x minus 360. So at this point, all all you have to do is take half of both numbers. Half of 2x is x. Half of a negative 360 is a negative 180. And the final and last step, that all you have to do is add 180 degrees here, add 180 degrees here, and you get 264 degrees equals x. What does that mean? That means the measurement, everybody. The measurement of the biggest arc, which we were actually looking for, is how many degrees? 264 degrees. If I plug in 264 degrees right here, what would the measurement of the blue arc be? 360 minus 264. What? 96. Do those add up to 360? Yes, they do. So that's correct. Now, here's how you would do it normally. What was our previous problem? What did we have? They gave us this arc. They gave us this arc. And what did we do? We took these and took them away and divided them by 2, right? Now, here's how you can check it. What is 1/2 of 264 minus 96? What is 264 minus 96? What does that equal? 168. And what is half of 168? 84, which matches our original angle that was given to us. That's how you know it's right. Okay? Now, for those of you who are thoroughly confused, the answer is 264. All I did was go back and check it. Okay, that's all we did. All right, one more problem. Last problem, and the rest of them you're going to be doing on your own. Okay? This angle right here is 34 degrees. We have a smaller arc, but this time the smaller arc is x. What would the larger arc be in this particular case? What do these two arcs have to add up to? 360. So this is, once again, this is going to be minus whatever x. There you go. So what am I going to have to do with these arcs? I'm going to have to take the big arc and I'm going to have to take away the smaller arc, take half of it, and what should that equal? That should equal 34. So here's where we're going to set it up once again. You write 34 is equal to 1/2 the big arc minus the small arc. So our big arc is right here. Our small arc is right there. We put a big old minus sign. What is our big arc in this particular case? There you go. What's our smaller arc? X. What do we have to do? Everything that's in the parentheses. Get 360 minus 2x equals 34. What do I have to take half of? What's half of 360? What's half of a negative 2x? Negative x. What's our final step? What is 34 minus 180? But negative 146 is equal to a negative x. When you have a negative on both sides of the equal sign, you just cancel those out. So what is our answer for x? 146 degrees. Now, if all you did right there was write down the answer, that right there is meaningless because the process is what you need to know how to do. So make sure you understand the process of how to write things down. Okay. So what is 360 minus 146? What's this green arc going to be? 214 degrees. These have to add up to 360. If we wanted to check our work, what could you do to check it? Take 214 minus 146, and then take half of it. Now here's what you're hoping. You're hoping that this right here is going to be a 68. Is 214 minus 146 68? Sure hope. And what is half of 68? 34. Okay? In case you're wondering. 214 minus 146 is 68. And half of 68 is 34. That's how you can check your work. Okay? So the final answer for problem number 12, the final answer is 146. So what do you have to do in all of these problems? You're taking the big arc. You're taking away the smaller arc and then dividing it by 2 to get your angle. Or what might you have to do? You might have to figure out and use a little bit of algebra to set things up like we did in 11 and 12. The rest of it, you're on your own.